So today's topic for the speaking is weekends.
Weekend.
Yes, weekends. Um,
Oh.
so how many holidays we have at the weekend?
Usually, I just have one holiday on my weekend. I have only Sundays off, and I have to go to my birthplace for next of the 7 days of the week, 6 days of
So in most of the countries, developed countries, there are 5 days work, and you see 6 to 7 hours working, and there are two holidays. So do you
yes.
think that here in Pakistan we also need two holidays at the weekend?
Actually, there are two types of organizations are working in Pakistan. Some of the organizations allow their employees 2 days holiday on the weekends, like on the Saturdays and the Sundays are off, and their employees have to work for just something. And their employees have to work for around 9 to 10 hours a day. They started their working around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning, and they off their days around 5 o'clock in the evening. So their working hours are like long, but they have two holidays at the end of the week. But the other type of organization, they just allow one day for as a holiday their employees, and their employees work for 6 hours a day. Like their working hours are separated on 6 days of the week, and whereas the companies that allow 2 days of holiday, their working hours are consistent between within 5 days of the week. So both of the those type of organizations are working in Pakistan. Usually mostly the private companies or private organizations, they allow 2 days of holidays, whereas some of the government institutions, they allow 6 days. They ask their employees to work for 6 days, and whereas some of the government organizations also allow their employees 2 days of holidays.
So do you think that if there are 42 hours work a week and two holidays in the end, so will that make us lazy or more efficient?
I think that 2 days of holidays are required to everyone because there are a lot of things to do on holidays. So being a lady, I have to do a lot of my household work that are that were pending for the whole week, and I have to complete all the tasks on the weekend. And only just one day of holiday just passed very quickly, and some of my work just shifted to the other weekend. And in those time, I really want that I should have one more day of holiday. And other than that, whenever I have to visit to my family members who live far away from my house, and at that time, also have to travel for long distances. And in such situations, I also like to have 2 days of holidays. But sometimes it doesn't mean that the 2 days of holidays make people sluggish and lazy, because there are a lot of things to do for those people who are working for the rest of the week. But I don't think that they make much mistakes, because there are a lot of things to do on, because if you have 2 days of weekend, you can manage your time very wisely and very efficiently. You can divide your time in which you have to do all of your tasks, and you can also manage to spend some extra and quality and leisure time with your friends and family. But if you just have one day of holiday, then how you can manage all of the activities in just a one day?
Okay. So I have seen in other countries that in a year they unbelievable. So do you think that we people working in Pakistan we are deprived of this very necessary opportunity?
Yes, I am agree with this like statement, and I also heard about a lot in this regard, like especially in the foreign countries and in private sectors. There are a lot of companies give holidays, like long holidays to their employees. It's of around 1 month, 2 months, or maybe 3 months, which is a year where they can go with their families, and they allow them and give them the convenience allowances or some sort of stipends that they can use to spend and even they also some of the companies also have such policies in their company that their employees can enjoy the free tickets to some hotels and tickets to some entertainment parks that are included in their list. Their employees can go out of the country to their relatives and their family members, or they can go wherever they want. Their companies also support them in traveling and in the accommodation. I think these type of facilities are not widely prepared in Pakistan because I think the working hours are very great and very there are the employees of Pakistan have to work round the clock just to keep their expenses. They don't have enough holidays. Their lifestyles are very much complex and bad. So they hardly find time to spend some time with their families and friends. So I think the company should plan their working accordingly, and they should allow their employees. Maybe they arrange such facility on rotation, at a time. Uh, some of the employees can go to the holidays while the working will still remain continuous by the use of the rest of the staff of the company. But this type of break is very necessary for sound working and for the physical well-being of their employees because on an average, people have to work many hours and they just put a very bad impact on their physical and mental health. And if the companies allow such long weekends or such long holidays to their employees, so they can spend that time with their family members and they can relax for some time. So in such a way, the result will be good for the company as well because in that duration, the employer will just regain all of its energy and his enthusiasm, and when he comes back to his work, he just started their work with full of energy, and I think it would be very beneficial for the company as well. So I think, I strongly agree to this statement that these type of facilities are not very common in Pakistan.
You are right. So how was your weekend? I mean Sunday holiday. Are you more busy on that day, or did you just relax and less working?
Yes, I can clearly say that my Sundays are jam-packed because I realized or I can say that I have a lot of things to do on Sundays because I really like to do all of these things that I kept them pending for the whole weekend. I have to clean my house thoroughly. I have to cook special dishes for my family members, and other than that, I also have to do some of my personal groomings and which are not which cannot be possible in the weekdays. And on Sundays, there are usually on an average and on this routine basis, you have some guests at your home, so you have to manage all the things. Whereas, I hardly find time to relax and just rest on Sundays, and sometimes I become so depressed that I don't get any holiday at all because during the weekends I have to go to my work places, and after that when I come back home I have to do all of my domestic tasks, and but somehow I managed to have some of my personal time, like maybe it is of 30 minutes or an hour, or sometime it is separated to 2 hours when I can manage all of the things. But on weekends, I hardly find time to relax and spend with myself because I have to do a lot of things. So I can clearly say that my weekends, like my Sundays, are jam packed, and I hardly find time to just sit, relax on somewhere and just like spend something that I really like to do.
Okay. So, do you have in a year, a year long time, are there any long holidays, like say 10 holidays, 15 holidays altogether at a stretch?
Actually, in the organization where I work, we are not allowed to have 15 or maybe 20 days holidays. But we are just allowed to have two holidays every month, which are called like casual leave, which we can avail in some sort of like emergencies, or when we have something important to do at home, or when we are not feeling well. We just allowed to have two holidays in a month, but we are not allowed to have 15 or 20 days holidays. But yes, there are some policies available in which we can use our holidays from our leave bank, and the facility of with full pay or half pay or without pays are available, that employees can according to their preferences. But these leaves are deducted from your leave bank. But companies or the organizations don't allow their employees to have holidays without any cost. Uh, but there are some organizations are working in Pakistan which are considered as the multinational companies. They allow their employees to have holidays, especially on their international events like on Christmas days. Their employees enjoy 15 or 20 or maybe a month holidays. I sometimes feel jealous because they enjoy a lot of holidays in this regard.
Okay. Now we come to part two of the test. Now you tell me about the holidays which you enjoy the most, and then something where you went and what was the best holiday, and what was the best about that? Memorable holiday.
Okay. Actually, when I was a child, we used to go to the holidays. Used to go to on vacations because when we were in school, we had holidays of 2 to 3 months, which are called as summer vacations. We get those we got those holidays especially in June till the August. Uh, my father was basically a government official, and he don't have that much holiday, but he tried to like take some holidays of around 15 or 20 days just to go out somewhere in the hilly areas to just give them a good opportunity to relax in the nature. And I remembered that we went on such holidays for many times, and my father also really liked to visit different places of Pakistan. And we did not get any chance to go out of country, but we visited different northern areas of Pakistan. And here I would like to talk about a visit or a tour that we had. It was basically the visit was around 10 to 11 years back when I was in sixth standard, sixth or seventh standard. We had summer vacations, and my father was so much busy in his office, and he was not able to get leave, and we were quite like worried and depressed that we were not going anywhere, and we were feeling very much bored at lot of things to do. He had some official assignments to complete. So he was always denied to go, and he always said to us that he's trying to get holidays. But we were child, we were not understanding his situation, and we just get pissed off, and sometimes we just demand very foolish things to him, and we were not understanding his situation at that time. But luckily, after a few days, he got the chance to get holidays from his home, and we planned to go to Naran Valley. And it was basically the first time that we were going to Naran Valley, because at that time the transportation systems or the road conditions was not very well developed now that are now, and it is not a big deal to go to Naran these days, because the roads are very good in condition, and the modernized type of and every type of transportation is available. People can hire the buses, or they can use their personal car to go there. But at that time, the transportation system was not very good, and people have to face a lot of hardships while traveling, because the condition of the road was not very good, and there were hardly few of these seats were available that people can use to you can use from one place to another, because we heard that these are the most convenient way of traveling to that valley, because the road that leads to that valley was very very dangerous, and it is very narrow, where the personal cars can be dangerous, and the driving on that road requires a lot of specialized type of skills. But my father planned the visit, and we were so happy at that time when he told us that we are going to Dinaran Valley, and he got leave from his office from 10 days. We packed all of our necessary stuff very hurriedly and very haphazardly, because we don't want to waste any more time. And we leave for that plan early in the morning. We took our car. My father drove the car, and my mother just sit in front of the seat, and we all of the siblings sit in the rear side of the car. And we were so delighted, and we were feeling so jovial at that time, because we were so excited about that valley. And so, because my in the, in the last year, my one of my friends went there, and she told us a lot of stories about that valley, about its beauty, and about the magnificent scenes. And I was badly intended to go there, and to my surprise, my father planned the same plan, and we went there. On the way, we stayed on different points. We eat different things. My father bought us different type of edible products that we enjoyed during the day. But when we reached in a valley before the Naran Valley, we hired a jeep, and we just parked our car somewhere in the mountain area, that just allow the visitors to park their vehicles, and they charge for that. We hired a jeep, and this was the first time when we going to road a jeep. Um, so we just all settled down in the back seats of the jeep, and it was also a very good experience, because the jeep did not have the rear doors, and we have to jump the front seat to go in the rear side of the jeep. We all settled down. My father sit next to the driver. The driver was a Pathan, and he was so skilled and very sweet to ride on such narrow and dangerous type of road. We enjoyed all the magnificent and scenes that we got in on the way. There was a river passing along the road till the valley. It was so beautiful, but it was looking so dangerous, because the depth of that river was because the river was so deep, and the river has very long length waves sometimes, which was just making us frightened at that sometimes. After traveling 2 hours, we reached to that valley, and the valley was so much beautiful. It was basically beyond our expectations. We reached there late in the night, and and we were feeling so tired because we traveled for whole of the day, and we just relaxed in our hotel, and because we want to regain all of our energy to explore the valley in the next morning. We slept very well because of the tiredness, and when we got up, we roamed around the valley. There were very beautiful and traditional type of stalls where we shop for our friends as well and for ourselves. Where the food was very good, and although the necessities and the facilities are not very well available in that valley, because it was far away from the city, and a lot of the facilities were not available at that time in that valley. Like the electricity problem was very bad in that area. Keeping all the things aside, we enjoyed a lot, and we also went for the lake Sepal, which was also a very adventurous traveling. We hiked to some of the mountains, and the scenes were very beautiful. We boated in that lake. We captured a lot of pictures there. We tried to capture like uh, uh, all of our precious moments. And my father got us. My father got me a very traditional type of suit or dress that is very traditional to that area, and most of the girls of that area used to wear that dress on daily basis. He bought me that dress, and I was so happy by having that dress. Even I wore that dress, and I feel that I am looking so beautiful in that dress. After spending around 4 to 5 days, we went back to our car because we had planned to spend 2 days in Islamabad, and after that we have to go back to our home because my father's holiday was just about to finish. And we were feeling so depressed because we want to spend more days in that city. Although we did not have that much facilities available there that we used to have at our home, but we were feeling so excited there. We were enjoying the natural beauty there, and all of the experience was very good and very memorial for all of us, that we still remember all of the good things that we had there, and these are all are the memories that make that traveling or that tour very special to us. And I think we will remember that memory for rest of our life as well.
Okay. Now we come back to holidays once again. So, the government is now taking any consideration about to facilitate the workers that they should have 2 holidays and less working hours. Is there on the part of government? Is there anything in progress that will?
Yes, government is planning to give more holidays to their workers, just to give them some time that they can spend with their friends and family, just to relax themselves and regain their bank of energy. Government is paying attention towards it, even though they just passed some of the orders for all of the companies to just have some fixed hours of working. They don't allow overworking. It's over work hours or over work hours for some of the companies. Even the some of the government institutions or some of the government offices also allow their employees to have 2 holidays in the weekend at the weekend. And they are trying to separate that the instructions to the others. They are planning basically. They are planning to separate that instructions to the all of the government offices in the long run. but these orders are not implemented to all the offices till now, but they have planned to implement it. And I think in the long run, they will also work on some annual holidays to the employees and it would be a very good thing for all of the employees for their physical and mental health.
Okay. Now, one thing is that is there any international body that can supervise the situation that the people are having on holiday and they are more working out the almost 60, 70 hours a week they are working. So, is there any international body that can sit in point and take notice of that and ask the local government to make amendments to facilitate the workers?
Actually, there are some international bodies available where the employees can complain if they are feeling some sort of discomfort or they are feeling that something bad is happening with them because of their company's administration, and they are not listening to that employee, and they are not giving the right of that employee. And usually, whenever a company hires an employee, they ask to sign some sort of contract with them. In that contract, all of the instructions and the rules and regulations of that company was written, which are instructed for the employee to read carefully before signing and joining that company. Some of the company allow that annual holidays to their employees, but most of the companies don't allow such type of holidays, and there are some specialized type of departments are developed within the company where the employees can go and where they can ask and ask for the help if they need some, or if they feel that something bad is happening to them. If that department don't respond them according to their requirements, and they don't behave wisely and responsibly, then some human welfare organizations are also working nationally or internationally, where these employees can go to discuss their matters, and they can give you the appropriate and proper suggestion, and they will find that if the company is misconducting with them, or the company is on right or wrong.
Okay. So many of the workers in our country, in almost every country, many of them they feel some inconveniences or dissatisfactions or injustice. So, is there any record that like to see there should be a magazine, a journal, weekly, bi-weekly, and in which the complaints should be written, recorded, and the communication platform which should come from the platform or
Yes,
the
there are some bodies available on government level as well, where people can just complain if they have regarding any of the other office or the ministry office, where people can complain. I will mention here government office that is famous by the name the Ombudsman office. That office is considered as like a small court type of office that people just complain, and their higher officials are working as the judges, where they call the complainants, and they also call the other bodies, where they just listen to their matters, and they decide where they just resolve the disputes according to the situations and rules and regulations. And other than that, the present government of Pakistan also started the PM portal system, where anyone can just call and record his complaint, either it is against someone or against some organization or some office, or even some government officials. They can just complain at that portal, and the team that voter system responds to that person. Even the Prime Minister of Pakistan himself listens to all of the calls or some of the calls whenever he has time, and they just respond very quickly. And our modernized system is behind that behind that system. Like they have a very advanced type of IT system where all of the calls are recorded and all of these things are so systemized. Like the complaint is generated and forwarded to the concerned department or concerned person, and they also take the follow-ups and all of the things were recorded. And even they at the end they ask the complainant to finish his complaint himself just to give the sense that his complaint is resolved or solved.
Yes. One thing that I wanted to be sure that there are, I know that there are some records are made complaint. There is a facility to make a complaint. But there should be some record, for example, 10 years ago or 20 years ago, somebody filed a complaint, and what action was taken on that, and what was the conclusion, what investigations were made, and how the case was decided. Uh, so these type of records are not maintained anywhere. Like in the courts, many cases are there, and judges deciding some cases, and they don't come to the public that what was the case, and what was the hearing, what was the witness, and how was it decided. Was it decided in favor of the people aggrieved party or aggressive party?
Sir, can you please hold for a second?
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
in the holding, holding.
जी sir, continue please.
Yes. So I was asking, so is in the department, for every department should have a record. I know the complaints are made, filed, and they are somewhere lying in the racks and cupboards, and nobody takes it. So this should be a booklet or a magazine or in a book form or is a that on general people, like you see people relating to your department, they should know that, for example, 20 years ago, what happened to some officer and how the case was decided. And so these things are always kept hidden. Like general information, the one officer succeeds another officer, and the whole history of the officer is given, is hanging somewhere in the office that such and such officer joined this office on this and this date, and then the next came on this and this. So these things are made public. So similarly, there should be some magazine, some book, and there should be some record of the cases, that such were the cases, such was the difficulty. So that the planners can see what type of cases were there, what type of injustices were made, and what type of remedies were given to the people, and what was the conclusion, it was good or bad. So then they can make a better planning. So what do you say about that?
Actually, I think such type of organizations, if I talk about the ombudsman office, all the things are recorded. Like all the things like the complaints and what was the decision was made by the judge, and all the things are recorded. But there is also some sort of facilities of like uh, is available to the common people, to the common public by the commissioners of their district, where they can go and they just explain their matters, where all the other general publics are sitting there, and they can listen to the dispute and the the decision that was made by the commissioner. But all of the prominent issues that are between some kind of people or between some kind of organizations or office, if that like dispute becomes so intense, then media took part in that dispute to just give it that much coverage that is being broadcasted on the TVs, and everyone can see what is happening, like what is happening and what was the result. But I think if a person has some special personal issue with some other person in this regard, uh, so his decisions, his decisions and his proceedings was maybe recorded in the offices. But I think the other common people don't have did not have So, like, if I have some issue with someone, and I got that, I bring that dispute to some kind of official institutions, like either it's some ombudsman office. I recorded that my complaint against someone. They called me. They have some like hearing, and they decided and or resolved the dispute. Then other person or who don't know about me, they don't have to do anything with my disputes, and how they want to know what is happening in my life and what was the dispute and what was given. But if they know, if they want to know after a few days or after a few years, then they can go to that office and they can ask for that file or file number. Then I think maybe there must be some record about the decisions or the problem solution that was given by that the judge at that time. Sorry.
Do you
Can
think
you please
that
repeat?
now, what is the general reaction on the side of public? Many people when they're working, so there are more working hours. Not general feelings that there are more working hours and less holidays. So how people make balance to agree with the situation?
As I already mentioned, that life in Pakistan is very complex and moving with much faster pace, because sometimes people have to work around the clock. They just have to do multiple jobs, like 2 or 3 jobs in a day, or they hardly find time even to rest. So how they can manage their personal life or their working life, because their lives are like the machine, because they have to meet the necessities that their family members require. They have to earn bread and butter for their family, so they just sacrifice their own self. And I feel that because of that overworking and less time of holidays, or less period of holidays, and less wages or earning some capabilities, people are facing a lot of other health issues. When they are young, they don't feel that from the inside they are getting weak day by day, and they are not giving themselves enough time to relax or to just rest, where their body and their mind can relax and they just regain their energy. They are working without any stop, and when they have only 1 day holiday, they have a lot of other liabilities that they have to fulfill. At the end, they hardly find time for themselves, even just to sleep for enough hours. That are the basic necessity of their good health. Like, I am feeling that the lives are so complex, and because of that complexity of life, a lot of people are struggling with different kinds of depression, and they are having a lot of new type of diseases that are just because of the overwork and poor health conditions, because they don't have enough or extra time where they can just rest and relax with their friends and family, where they can regenerate their energy sources, or they just do whatever they want, or whatever they want like to do, that just give a very good chance to their body or their health. And I am feeling that this is all because of the very expensive life and very hard to attain and get the basic necessities of life. Because of all these conditions, people work around the clock, and their lives are so complex, and they are like moving like machines.
Well, now do you think that we have one holidays just because we have less working hours on Friday?
Um, no, I don't think so. That yes, actually, all the organizations that allow this one holiday, like on Sundays, their working hours on every day is reduced on an average. Like they get off around 3 o'clock in the noon from their offices, or maybe around 4 o'clock on an average. But Fridays are the special days in Pakistan. They have the Fridays have a very special religious background. So everyone have to offer prayers, and all the organizations just manage their working hours, keeping this thing in their mind. But the offices that allow 2 days of holidays on the weekend, their overall workings are separated. Like the organizations that allow 2 days of holiday in the evening, their normal working hours are till 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the evening. So they have to work more hours for the whole weekend. But their Fridays, their employees just have 2 hours of 2 hours of break to pray, just to offer prayer as Juma prayer, and they continue their working after Juma prayer. So I think Friday prayer. They, I think Friday prayers did not like put a lot of impact on the working hours in Pakistan, especially. I think definitely, if I talk about myself, I think definitely people will enjoy their working days if they get more working days, and they will go somewhere to relax themselves and spend the time with their families. If I talk about myself, I just have one holiday, and I try to spend whole of the holiday just to fulfill all of my other liabilities that I kept all of those liabilities pending for the whole week. I try to complete all of that task on holiday, because I just have one holiday and all of my day was very much overloaded with work. But if I have two holidays, I will spend the other day with my friends and with my family and even with myself. I will relax. I will sleep for some more hours. I will do all of the activities that I really like, that I was not able to do because of overwork load. So I think and on the Mondays, like in the start of the next day, I think I will feel so energetic and relaxed if I get enough sleep and all of my responsibilities were fulfilled. I feel very much relaxed by mind that there is nothing to do for the whole weekend, and I don't have to do a lot of tasks at the end, just because I am allowed to have 2 days of holidays. I can manage my work accordingly and more efficiently.
So there's another point about the holidays that people spend away what they earn during the week. Uh, Normally, in other countries, I have seen that they pay their workers too much what they earn. Some salary which is unaccounted. So do you think that when there are more holidays, they spend more money, and as compared to working days, working days they don't spend a lot of money? So if
Um,
people have two holidays, then that means their number expenditure will be lower.
Actually, this situation is entirely depends upon the personal interest, basically. It is nothing to do with the duration or the number of holidays. Like if a person is very extravagant in his behavior, then he will spend his money on weekdays as well. He will waste his money on weekdays as well. He don't just keep himself afraid from wasting money. Uh, yes, there are some people are present around us who really like to spend a lot of money in those things that are not very much necessary or that are considered as the wastage of money. So such people don't really they don't really want to have holidays to waste their money. If they have that type of behavior in their personality, they will waste their money even on weekdays as well. They find time and they find opportunity to waste. And if the person develops such sort of wise spending and wise ability to spend his money wisely, and when the person develops that ability of prioritizing these things, then this will not do a lot of impact on the number of holidays. If the person should know that how much money he or she should have to spend on which thing. Holidays doesn't mean that just spend all of your bank balance on roaming around the world and spending extraordinary money on different things. It Holidays mean to spend quality time with your friends and family and relax yourself, take some rest, and do whatever you really want to know. If a person likes to read books, he wants some time to read a book. If a person likes to paint, he wants some time to paint. But all of these things are possible when you have some extra time on weekends. This is not possible on weekdays. But I don't think so that a lot of money is required to spend on reading a book or painting a painting or to paint a painting. So it entirely depends on personal income. I think number of holidays doesn't do anything with this kind of situation.
Okay. Actually, I have seen the people in other countries that they work for 5 days and they spend in 2 days. Okay, and they start afresh on every Monday. So their life goes like this, and it's not just with a particular class of people. Almost whole the nation is doing the same, except some you see businessmen who are just on the management, so they have to run their factories, business, all that. The working class does the same. They earn for 5 days and they spend in 2 days, and on Monday they go afresh once again. So this is. So do you think, if in Pakistan, if the people are paid according to international standards,
Sorry, I am not listening to your
okay,
voice clearly.
okay, last question. So do you think that if people in Pakistan they are paid according to international standards in dollars, I mean to say, and they have 2 holidays in the weekend, and they have you see 40 hours a week to work. So, do you think that it will be productive, and what good effects will be there, or will country be rich, or will country will grow poorer than we are today?
Actually, to be honest, the people in Pakistan basically asking number of population is living under the poverty line, which means they are deprived of their basic necessities. They are available to all of the international or the foreigners, then they will definitely learn how to spend money wisely and efficiently. They will get enough money, and actually they will go to that position which is called as self-actualization, because they get whatever they want in their life, and they come to that position in their life where they don't like to spend a lot of money on wasting of money. They don't just realize that they just experience that feeling of getting enough money, because they are always in struggle of maintaining their basic necessities. They don't have the extraordinary money to spend on the luxuries of life. They don't know about them. So I think if the standard of life will go like and the international standards, then the people of Pakistan will also learn as the international people that how to spend their money wisely and efficiently.
Okay, so one more question has come to my mind. So,
Okay.
in Pakistan, people are underpaid, you know. So,
Yes.
is it because that the owner they are unable to pay them the right amount of money that they deserve, or is it just a passion that the people pay according to the passion? For example, a laborer earns 1,000 a day working. His wages is 1,000 rupees. So, but he deserves 3,000 rupees, for example. So here,
Actually, basically the reason which I think that the economy of Pakistan is not really very much strong. The government of Pakistan is not very much strong. They have to they face difficulty in the smooth running of economics of Pakistan, and there is also no standard uh, as the international or the other countries have. Like their laborers or the laborers or the official employees of some organization, if they have the same experience, there are some fixed rules and regulations that every company should follow. No matter what is happening with the company, they have to follow all the rules that were set for the employees. And these type of rules and regulations and authorities are not very much strong in Pakistan. Because of this condition, there is like you can say, a domestic rule is created for the laborers and for the employers as well. They hardly pay. They like their working hours are not fixed, which is very like fixed in foreign countries. Their employers uh, only work as per their working hours. They just do not give a single minute to the company extra because and if they give some extra time to the company, they are being paid on that extra time, which is not a common tradition in Pakistan. Here, workers are bound to overwork because they have to reach to sometimes very unrealistic targets, and they just have to meet those targets, and their working hours are like not fixed, although there are some fixed timing in some country, in some companies, like their workers have to work from 9 to 5, but their jobs are bound according to the target, and they have to meet their targets, and to meet that target, they have to work for the whole days and even for whole night. So there are no fixed rules and regulations. Like people are working very efficiently and they are doing so hard work, but they are not being paid according to their struggle and according to their capacities and their working abilities. These are the reasons by which most of Pakistan public really like to go outside or in other countries to work there because they feel that there are some fixed rules and regulations, and if they work hard in those countries, they are allowed to enjoy a lot of good facilities by government, and there are some fixed and rules and regulations are available there.
so don't you think that money is in the wrong hands? For example, the working people, those who work, they don't have money, and those who don't work, they have a lot of money. So don't you think that is not proper distribution?
I was just highlighting this thing before that there are no fixed rules and regulations. They are there are some kind of people just find some loopholes and they just get entry because of some priorities or some familial relationships, and they just got entry. And some of the people who have a lot of good skills and who really have the caliber of doing some particular thing, they are just like ignored, and they are replaced by those people who don't know how to work and who don't have enough experience just because of some particular all of these things, and such kind of people are like allowed to enjoy a lot of food facilities by the like organizations. They are like awarded with a lot of allowances and with different kinds of facilities. Whereas the people who are working round the clock and struggling a lot, but they don't have some approaches and like PRs, they just like become demotivated because of this unethical behavior by their employers.
It was very long interview. Please take some time and I will take some time.
I will call you by myself because I have two to three cases to attend. I will call you when I get free. If you are you not going to get busy somewhere for some time?